everyone. It's been a while since I made a video, and I'm sorry about that. Just been really busy and haven't been able to keep track. Um, right now I'm going to do a review on a really good trilogy, which I gotten into about 2 months ago, I think it was. And just letting you know now that there will be spoilers. So, once you see the title reveal of this trilogy, if you have not read it yet, then please, if you don't want anything to be spoiled, leave now. Sorry. Okay. I am going to be reviewing Divergent by Veronica Roth, Insurgent, Allegiant. Now, I'm going to start off with the first book, of course, Divergent. Let me tell you that I went into this book blindly. I didn't read the synopsis. Literally, I judged it by the cover. I saw this, I guess, emblem, and I thought, oh, cool, people can bend the elements. I want to read this. Not what I thought, but it was surprisingly really good. I think what I most liked about this book is there wasn't really a big hype with the love interest. Reading it, if you've read it, obviously, you know about Four and Triss. So I was like, okay, so maybe this is just going to be another, love interest and love is everything. But no, I think it was about chapter 20, that the love interest between Four and Triss really picked up. But even after that, it wasn't really a big deal. There was more important things to deal with, which I loved, that it wasn't all about love and relationships and that. I think Triss is such a brave girl to just choosing factions, from going to abnegation to dauntless, which is completely different in like everything, and it blew my mind what I really thought for a moment in the beginning at the choosing ceremony, like when after she got her results from the simulation, that she was divergent, and it said, which factions did she get? Erudite, Dauntless, and was Abnegation the third one? I don't remember the three. She got three, right? Whatever. I thought when she did the blood thing, I thought she was going to put her blood over the factions that she got in the simulation. Because, I don't know, I thought that would have been a good rebel thing to do. But she chose Dauntless, and I was even more shocked. And Veronica Roth. Okay, I'm gonna save this for later, though, for Allegiant, if you pick up on what I'm saying. I just thought, I love Christina and Will. Oh, Will. Christina and Will were really cute together. Uriah, I strangely grew attached to him throughout this book, and I really fell in love with him in Insurgent and Legion. it was a good book indeed. I like the cover, the plot. 4 is really hot. They're making this a movie, of course, and how do you say her name? Shailene Woodley is playing Triss, and Theo James is playing 4. Um, I want to talk on 4 actually a bit. I was interested by this mysterious guy who's dauntless and, loves Triss and throws a dagger at her because he loves her. Um, when they got up to the part with his fears, the 4 fears, I thought that was really interesting. A bit cheesy, actually. I don't know why I thought it was cheesy at first. Like, I read it and then I literally just shut the book and put it down for like 20 minutes and had to just reevaluate everything that I read. Um, but it was pretty good. I really liked how he trusted Triss enough to do that with her. It's a great book. Definitely read it if you haven't. I give it. The plot is amazing. It's basically about kids in a dystopian type Chicago, I guess world as well. It gets more into that in Allegiant. And it's broken up into 5 factions. I always think there's 6 for some reason. 5 factions: Dauntless, Erudite, Candor, Abnegation. Or is there 4? Crap. Dauntless, Erudite, Candor, Abnegation, and MIDI. Thank you. 5 factions. And when they're 16, they get to choose whether they want to stay in the faction they were born into or transfer to another one. And it focuses on Triss, who's the protagonist of the story, and she chooses Dauntless, which is completely different from Abnegation, which she currently or previously lived in. And it's just really good. The ending was interesting. Am I going a mile a minute here? The mind controlling, the serum thing, and how divergence can't be controlled, and that was really interesting. Jenny, however you say her name, she's a total bitch, and I can't wait to see her portrayed by Kate Winslet in the movie. And Tori, I love Tori. It was a great book. Great book. Read it. I give it 5 stars. It's just brilliant, in my opinion. Something I would definitely reread. And what I want to say, which bugs me because my friend said it when I tried to get him to read it, I was like, you should read Divergent. It's really good. And I told him what it was about. He's like, oh, well, that's like Hunger Games. No, it is not like Hunger Games, okay? It's completely different. And, like, if you liked Hunger Games, then yes, you may like this because, okay, it's similar in some ways, but not exactly like Hunger Games. But I liked it. Read it. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. Yeah, 5 stars. I like the cover. And now on to Insurgent. So just to recap here, you have Triss, 4, and Caleb, who have been through the the mind control serum. Triss is, of course, divergent, so she cannot be controlled. She shot Will. Her parents are both dead. And now all she has left is her brother and Tobias. And they're trying to take down Jinan. Jinan? So, yeah, that's pretty much the plot. The ending I thought was interesting because how do I say this? It sort of gave a new direction for the third one to go in, because you have this video by Edith Pryor who talks about her wanting to forget things and about the factions and everything. So after finishing Insurgent, I was like, okay, Edith Pryor, what the fuck? Who is she? And then I was hoping for a little more information about it in Allegiant. I'll get to that soon. So throughout the book, I was really hoping for Jinan to finally, die, which, sorry to anyone who's still here who hasn't read it, she does. Tori kills her. I don't know why I can't really remember all this. Yeah, Tori kills her. Triss is trying to get to the screen for the video or whatever she thought her mom was searching for, which that was really interesting because they had this whole other plot twist about her mother who ended up being dauntless, born dauntless. Not born dauntless. She wasn't born into it. Allegiant. She came from dauntless to abnegation. And so Triss realized her mother was Eurydice searching for something. So Triss had to go and get that. Of course, people die at the end, but it was characters that were newly introduced, which I was kind of okay with because, I didn't get to know them. So it was still very sad though. I thought it was definitely a good addition. Read this also because it's book 2 and you can't really skip it. I also give it 5 stars. I just give this whole trilogy 5 stars, okay? Okay. Allegiant, aka Heartbreaker. Let me explain to you a thing. I thought this was a wonderful conclusion to an epic trilogy, and Veronica Roth, she made me fall in love with Triss. I invited her into my heart. I watched her grow character-wise and just grow, and she fucking kills her. She fucking kills the main character. I was so pissed. So pissed off. And you know what? There's one part where after Tobias finds Triss that it completely just stops telling you the names because you just assume it's Tobias because Triss is dead. And it was heartbreaking. It really was. And then Uriah had to die. My favorite character in the whole trilogy had to fucking die. I was so pissed off. There was a lot of screaming and a lot of crying involved in reading this book, and it's kind of creepy because I read this book at an airport. I legit read this book pretty much at an airport. And the setting is an airport, and they go on an airplane, and it's an abandoned airport, and it was just really creepy. It was sort of like the Twilight Zone. Um, so, Veronica Ross. She's a wonderful author. Don't get me wrong. I love her. She's adorable. And she just knows how to mess with you. She knows how to just take your heart and mess with it. And then she crumbles it into pieces with her words. And yeah, yeah. So that's my rage. Uriah died. It wasn't good enough that she killed off the main character, but Uriah had to die, which he isn't cast in the Divergent movie. But supposedly he's going to be introduced in Insurgent, which I do not like because he's sort of important in Divergent, but he's definitely more important in the last two books. And I ship Tobias and Uriah. I'm actually writing a fan fiction about them, so don't judge. Uriah. It was just a beautiful, beautiful novel. I loved it. I really loved how they had a gay character, Amar, who was the army guy. Yeah, Amar. And so I really liked that. And Amar liked Tobias previously, and that was just really sweet. A lot of people, I noticed, don't like the fact that it alternates between Triss and Tobias, but I actually really enjoyed it. Yes, it was a bit confusing as to figuring out who exactly was telling the story, but seeing this story from Tobias's point of view, it sort of gave us more time to actually learn more about Tobias, because he became very important, I think, personally, in Insurgent, because his father came back. And then there's Evelyn as well, which Evelyn chose her son, which was just adorable. This whole book, I was crying. So you really get to see it from Tobias's point of view, and you get to see how he reacts and what he thinks, and he's just a lost puppy the whole time that I just wanted to cuddle and curl up in a blanket with and just tell him it's okay, everything's gonna be okay. But then Triss had to die, and everything wasn't okay. Everything wasn't. But I liked how he conquered his fear. Not really conquered, but he was able to do the zipline thing in honor of Triss. And that was just really, really sweet. On a scale of 1 to Mockingjay, I would have to say Mockingjay. That's how heartbreaking this book was. I enjoyed it. I really did. I laughed. I cried a lot. A wonderful trilogy came to an end, and I'm glad that I was a part of it. I'm glad that I got to read it, and Uriah died. He just fucking died. Five stars. 5 stars. Everything 5 stars. Can't do. Books are falling. Hold on. So please, if you have not read the trilogy, I don't know why you're still watching this video, because I probably spoiled everything for you. And then, okay, I'm sorry, going back to Allegiant. Tori dies, and then her brother is still alive. But yes, read Divergent, continue reading it, share me your thoughts and feelings towards the ending, the conclusion, any part of this trilogy. I want to just hear it. I give the whole trilogy 5 stars. Veronica Roth is an amazing author. She's just Like I said, she plays with your heart. There's nothing you can do about it. One last thing I want to say, thanks for watching. I will, hopefully, be posting more videos, more. I just read too many books at once. It's crazy. Um, if you want to, if you have not, or if you already are, or whatever, follow me on Tumblr. I'll post the link somewhere in the description box or around if I can figure out how to do that. Yeah, follow me on Tumblr. I have a Pinterest. I can link that as well. And thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.